say that, bro. Change that. Change that. It's not what it should be said. I don't know why it's saying it. I don't know.
No microphone set up. People couldn't speak. And what's funny, Blunt, is that when the meeting started, the first person to speak was the lawyer, Dennis Hingle.
Oh, really? Welcome back, 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 welcome back. Next bus, please. I'm your host, your boy Blunt. That was Jose Figueroa, aka Figgy, and that was a sit down that we had this weekend. A little 10-minute joint for him to give his perspective on the mass meeting that TWU had. Now, as you can tell by my demeanor, I'm a little bit in my feelings because I am 100% pro union. I want this union to succeed. I have people that I consider friends that have been elected, and I felt that by them being elected, that was going to put the union in good hands from that moment going forward for the future. If the union succeeds, the members benefit. You guys benefit. But if you watch Figgy's interview, it's like a 10-minute long interview. It's on my channel. It's here on the channel on YouTube. Um, you can look for it. Wait till after the show, of course. And for those who are not, oh my God, sorry. Those who are not subscribed, you should subscribe. I will put the link in there so you guys can watch the videos. Short video. And with his perspective and you know he may be one person, but he represents a lot of people. And he's on the MTA side of things, right? And MTA doesn't have a very good relationship with the local, from what I'm hearing, of course. Remember, this is all from me on the outside looking in. But his interview was very interesting. I learned some things about MTA, but the issues they have with the union is not good. It doesn't look good. They feel like some of the locals here, some of the TA side, like the union ain't going in the right direction. It's not in a good place right now, and that's what's got me feeling a little disturbed because as much as Brooklyn Pete and I try to help preach about the union doing this and that, we do point out their flaws, and there are many. Don't get me wrong, but it's like people are just not engaging with the union. I mean, even according to their own Facebook page, they had about 2,500 people. And yeah, when you look at the pictures and stuff like that, uh, yeah, it looks like a lot of people there, right? And 2,500 people is a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, it is. I wish I had 2,500 views right now. Right now, I got three. You guys want something from the store? But anyway, yeah. So 2,500 is a lot of people, and the pictures look great. Everybody's crowded up, looking nice. My man Kemp and them is in the picture. Beautiful. But when you step back and you look at the bigger picture, 2,500 people. When you're talking about between 40 and 50,000 employees, 2,500 of that, it's not a lot of people. It's a drop in the bucket, around 5%, right? Why? Why aren't people showing up? This was the first match. Yeah, I know it's cold outside, whatever. You're not standing outside. You're going inside. So the weather's not an issue. We New Yorkers, we brave worse. I mean, the strike, we were standing outside in colder weather. So it's not we're not a weather thing. People are just not showing up. People are not engaging, and that hurts. That hurts me. That hurts me. Again, I want this union to succeed. I want this union to do better, and we're not. What a badge. We're not doing it. We're not. Now I put out a call to action. If you're in the MVP Next Bus Please WhatsApp group, I put out a call to action earlier in the weekend, before the weekend, something like that, to see if I could get anybody to sit with me for another 10 minutes to give me their perspective on the mass meeting. Um, Nobody. Crickets. Nobody answered the call. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So nobody answered the call. Nobody. I've even personally asked a couple of people, hey, just give me 10 minutes. Or, like I put in the chat, um, video video yourself for 10 minutes. What's good? What's good? Hey, Aaron, video yourself 10 minutes short on your perspective of the meeting, and email it to me. Nothing. Nothing. Nobody's engaged. Nobody cares. And this year's a contract fight. What are we doing, guys? If you're not going to engage with the union, you're not going to engage with your reps, then what do you expect to get on your on your contract? Everybody's going to say they want more money. That's a given. Everybody wants more money, right? I'm going to encourage you guys to when it comes to contract negotiations, that you prioritize like the nurses did. One of the main things which was surprising to me, one of the main things that the nurses were advocating for, striking for, was health benefits. I'm going to encourage you guys to make that your top priority. Make that above your pay, because God forbid you get into an accident like myself, or you get sick some way. Hopefully you don't. Them medical bills, them medical bills are going to be ridiculous. So no amount of raise you get is going to help cover, right? Exactly. Exactly, Badge. What's good, man? Sometimes it's not about the money. So I'm going to encourage you guys, man, to please, please prioritize your health care. What they did, and I know I keep bringing this up, you guys probably rolling your eyes at me like, dude, leave this shit alone, stop talking. What they did to the to the retirees was fucked up. And the craziest part about it is you members benefited from that. Partial, that part is a partial. I'm trying to get fucking words out. Let me just, give me a second, y'all. Jesus. A part of that raise came from the retirees. They took the money that they were paying the retirees, that gap, that 20% gap, they took that away from them and they gave you raises with that. So part of your raise is in that. The fact that they robbed them. Put them in that, yeah, put them in that Medicare Advantage crap. AV says if they think about it, the healthcare is money, and it is. I mean, that's what I was stumbling over, because I was running through that in my mind while I was speaking. That it is money, right? It's just not a raise. It's a different form of money. Yeah. So we got, what up, operators on boost. Figure, what's good? It says members and active members just don't give two fucks. And the union, excuse me, during every contract they give back shit to get other things. They give back shit to get other things. Yeah, that's the give backs are gonna be ridiculous. The give backs are gonna be ridiculous. We're gonna talk about that fight in a second. That's gonna come up in a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to start this monologue. Oh my god, nobody calls me when I'm not doing anything. Hold on a second, guys. I apologize. Um, Lost my train of thought. So yeah, I wanted to start off the opening monologue with that, because I feel in some kind of way, and again, like I said, I have people who I consider friends that have been elected, and they were supposed to be, like me and Pete always talk about, bringing back the old culture, and it doesn't seem like that's happening. I'm looking from the outside in, but you know, my my ears is to the streets. People talk, people text, people let me know, and a lot of people are just not feeling good. Why they don't want to voice it, I don't know. Why it's the same reason why I don't understand why more active members are not joining the fight with TWU100 Inc. Right? I don't understand that. Why you guys are not joining? This is your future that they're actively going through, and you guys have a chance to prevent that. If TW100 Incorporated wins their fight in court, everybody benefits. Not just the people who are in the fight. Everybody benefits. You get to keep your traditional Medicare with the 20% that trans is supposed to cover. Why doesn't that appeal to you? I don't know. I don't know. I can sit here and talk to this mic and you guys till I'm blue in the face. Nothing happens if you don't make a move. So that's what it is, man. You know, I don't get it. I'm going to keep talking about it as much as it frustrates me to do so because it's like nobody's listening. I'm just going to keep talking about it. Uh, oh, let me. I want to move on to um something that's a little bit more positive because I can't. I don't like to live in the negative. And again, I let me finish it with this. I want the union to succeed. I want uh, the members to benefit as much as they can. And I'm gonna always be hopeful. My platform will always be open to any union member or official that wants to uh, bring a message or some information or anything that's going to benefit the union. My platform will always be open to them. I will never deny any of them that. So it's out there. The invitation's out there. It's up to them to utilize it, y'all. Right? All right. So let's move on to something a little bit more positive. And it's I may be a little late. I should have discussed this last week. I don't forgot what I even talked about last week, but uh, it's my man, my man, right? Isn't he Gleason's own mobile mobile midwife? MTA bus driver helps deliver the, a baby girl on the B-37. Yeah, that's definitely Gleason. That's the senior line. But yeah, he delivered. I mean, can we get a round of applause? I mean, you're always hearing bad stuff about bus operators and transit workers in general. But when you get something like this, it kind of goes under the radar. I'm glad the article actually uh, did that, interviewed him. Uh, I think that was great. This is what they have to say about him. You guys can read that. I don't have it on my phone. I'm gonna have to look at my TV, y'all. Sorry. So the book, a Brooklyn bus driver. You listen. You guys can read that, right? He delivered the bus, the baby on the bus. She was at the back of the bus, and she said it's coming, and it was a wrap from there on. My man jumped to it like he's supposed to. I mean, you don't have to. He could have just waited for the ambulance and stuff like that, right? But I mean, he did his thing. Oh, so Aaron, you know him? Aaron said that's his buddy Ace. Ace, great job, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, people are sending the applause. That's what's up. More of this should be on the news, right? They always posting negative shit about operators or transit workers in general. When you have operators that do great shit like this, you know, my man. Let me put his picture back up because I think it's worthy for him to be up there. It's a good look. He should get a week of vacation. Give him a week of vacation. Forget all the ceremonial stuff. I mean, a plaque would be nice, but give him a week of vacation. Let him a paid week of vacation. Now, gotta make sure I put that in because they'll give him the week, but they won't pay him. You know what I mean? Sorry, guys. This medicine be having me with cotton mouth. I be like that. Look, like Jim Carrey in that movie. I be having cotton mouth. It's medicine, bro. Uh, Aaron says, Aaron says, can you get up my way? Why is this there? But the annoying thing is that MTA was quick to be there and take a photo op. Wait. I don't think y'all heard me. Why is this there? It says the annoying thing that MTA was quick to be there to take a photo op. God forbid a transit worker gets assaulted. Exactly. I, thank you. It was like some thing blocking my screen. Exactly, exactly. I know that won't happen. I'm wishful thinking. I'm trying to put the good vibes out there. Hopefully, somebody in the brass season to say, "Hey, that's a great idea. Let's reward him with a week's vacation, fully paid." Ah, it's always hope when there's water and soap, right? No, but again, listen, guys, this is a great look for Gleason because Gleason's been on really bad um a bad what do you say promotion. No, not really promotion, but their name has been getting splattered all over the place on some real foul stuff. So this is a good look for Gleason, and I appreciate that guy delivering. I wonder if they're gonna name her something close to him, to his name. Right? That'd be crazy. Aaron, what's his? You know his government? Maybe they might name the daughter after, give her like a middle name or something. Ah, that would be crazy. But you know, again, like I said, they need to be promote that more. Mario, see Maria, something like that. They call her since his name is Mario. They can call her Maria, 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 Maria. That'd be cool. That'd be cool, man. That, but can you imagine doing that? Given I was at my daughter's birth. Um, that wasn't pleasant. Cutting the cord wasn't pleasant. Um, watching my daughter come out, I was horrified. I didn't pass out, but I was horrified. It's not a good look. I mean, oh my God, can you imagine that? Calling her the B-37. Oh my God, B-37, come here. Oh, right there you go. How you pronounce that? Acetuli. 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 I mean, that's. I mean, I don't. I know I'm chopping it up, but that can be a neutral name. Acetuli. Acetula. That can work. Has possibility. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy man. Y'all are crazy. We have the governor back in the spotlight. Uh, I you guys can leave in the comments how you feel about this governor. Um, I don't know. I know you guys probably hate her. I was stunned by her. I don't know why I was stunned, but I was stunned by her decision to sign off on one man, one man operators. That was just dumb. But I'm going to say something that I never, ever in my lifetime thought I would be saying, you know, and that's about here the MTA battles Trump administration in court over New York City congestion pricing. This is some good stuff. Some good stuff. They have their little cameras going on. Um, so hold on, I gotta pull it up. I thought I had it here. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Let me just. I gotta pull it up so I can read it along with you guys. I forgot I had to reboot my computer and then set everything back up to what it was supposed to be. So just give me 1 second. It's coming up. Sure, could use a producer. Here we go. So let's read along, guys. Hopefully, you got me on your big screen TV and not your phone. I mean, if you got your phone, sorry, man. Just turn it for sideways. Yeah. A pivotal court hearing scheduled for Wednesday. This is about a week or two old. So a pivotal court hearing scheduled for Wednesday could determine the future of New York City's controversial congestion pricing program as the metro. Slow down, bro. As the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Metropolitan. I remember when I first read that word, I mispronounced it completely. My boy was in stitches. I was like, Metropoli is Metropolitan Transportation Authority fights to preserve the toll system against federal attempts to shut it down. The legal showdown centers on a February 19th decision by Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy to revoke federal approval for the program, which has been collecting tolls from vehicles entering Manhattan below 60th Street since January 5th, 2025. Right, right. So the cameras are staying on, declared New York Governor Kathy Hochul after Duffy's announcement setting the stage for a high stakes legal battle between state and federal authorities. The MTA filed the lawsuit the same day. Remember, this is a couple of weeks old. Challenging Duffy's authority to terminate the program, arguing the Federal Highway Administration lacks legal power to withdraw the previous approval. The MTA also claims the federal government failed to conduct required environmental reviews before attempting to end the program. President Trump, and I try not to talk politics here, but he's involved. President Trump has been a vocal opponent of congestion pricing, calling it a tax on drivers. I never thought I would say this, but I kind of agree with him. I kind of feel like it is a tax on the drivers, but I digress. Secretary Duffy argues the poll places an unfair burden on motors, while the MTA counters that the program has successfully reduced traffic congestion and generated approximately 159 million dollars in revenue during its first 3 months of operation. The congestion pricing program, the first of its kind in the United States, charges drivers $9 to enter Manhattan Central Business District. The revenue is earmarked for MTA's infrastructure projects, including subway improvements and accessibility upgrades. So, even since I'm with her on that and ice, yeesh, I don't want to even get into ice right now. But badge congestion pricing reduces traffic on my route. Q60, okay, going to Manhattan. See, I'm on a fence with it, right? Because I hate the fact that you know people who have to work there and have to drive in now they got to pay an extra $9. I kind of feel like their job should reimburse them for that, you know. And it is kind of unfair because it targets mostly the people who have to drive in, and that's usually New Yorkers, right? So I kind of feel it's unfair in that way, but at the same time, like Badge says, it reduces the traffic. Manhattan is ridiculously clogged up with cars. It's ridiculous. I hate going to the city just because of that. It's so crowded. Everybody's driving. When I used to work at 86 Uptown, 86 and 3rd Avenue, driving to work was ridiculous. To leave my house 2 hours early from Brooklyn. 2 hours just to get to 86th Street. You know, 2 hours on the open road, I could be somewhere upstate. The Poconos, I could reach about that far into us. I'm just going to 86th Street. It used to piss me off. It used to piss me off. Yeah. So, then you have 550 million the MTA made for the year on congestion pricing. And that's another thing. Like, I kind of feel like that's another revenue stream for them. So we should benefit from that, right? The infrastructure should be upgraded. The tunnels should be upgraded. There should be a disability access point at every station. Every station. I mean, I know, don't get me wrong, I know that's a lot more money than 550 million. And you can't use all of that money on one specific project. I get it. But at this point, with 550 million a year, almost all of the major hubs should have a disability access point. Start there, and then you work your way out. 40 seconds, Times Square, right? Um, the World Trade, uh, 34th Street, the Grand Concourse. You know, all those places should have disability access points, elevators, ramps, things of that nature, to make it easier for with disabilities to travel around. So, in that aspect, I'm with the congestion price, along with the fact that it should be less vehicles on the road. I kind of don't see it. I'm not in the Manhattan every day, but from what I see, it don't really look like it made that much of a difference as far as um, cars on the road. But Batch says it helped his route out, and I'm sure that's less stress on him, right? Because when you look at the impact, when you have crowded streets, buses run slower, people are aggravated. You got to hear it, especially if your leader's playing games. People going to get on your bus and be like, "Oh, I've been standing there for 2 hours. Where the fuck you been?" Blah blah blah. You got to hear it. That it eliminates all of that. People become a little more calmer. They get to their work on time. They're more pleasant. When you have when you have a specific route that you do all the time, you get to know the customers that board your bus, and they get to know you, right? And for the most part, they become pleasant. Good morning, operator. Good afternoon, operator. Good evening, operator. Thank you. Have a good day. Blah blah blah. Pleasantries, right? You get to know them. Some of y'all go a little too far with that, if you know what I mean. But you get to know them, and your job becomes you start to feel like, hey, I like my job. I like going to work. So now you're more productive. You see how that cascades down like that? But when the streets are crowded, everybody's aggravated. They aggravate you. You get aggravated at them. They don't like you. You don't like them. And then you're like, I don't feel like going to fucking work today. Now you're driving all pissed off. You're aggravated. You're cutting people off. You see how the cascades. It's crazy how it affects you. But it's important. Oh yeah, badge. Big difference on the lower level 59th Street Bridge. Oh really? Oh my God. I remember that area. Jesus. That was a hellhole. So if it's making it, then hey, I'm all for it. If it's gonna make the lives of my fellow union members better, then go for it. Go for it. I don't go to the city no way, so I really don't care. I really don't care. You know the saying. If it don't affect me, I don't care, right? But yeah, that's just how that goes. But man, listen. Um, where we at? Where we at? I want to take a pause for a brief second before we get into the next topic, uh, and that is just to say TW Local 100. If you don't know who they are, they're a nonprofit group. that has taken the MTA to court because they're fighting to get traditional Medicare back. MTA took it upon themselves to auto enroll them into Medicare Advantage, stripping them of their traditional Medicare and their 20% wraparound cost, and putting them into that lower level uh, medical plan. And they want traditional Medicare back. So they're fighting, they took them to court. Um, the results of the first part of the case is still in like prelims, but the judge shut down about three of the five. Is it three of the five or two of the five? I think it's three of the five uh, complaints against transit. So they're still alive with two of them, but they're going into an appeal. What up, Primo? Appreciate you, bro. And they love, baby. So they're still alive with two of them. And they need your help, bro. Especially active. I keep saying this, active members. Even though it's not happening to you currently, you are on the target. You're next. They will take away your traditional Medicare if they haven't done so already. And they're going to put you on this Medicare Advantage where you're going to start to experience less than service, meaning a lot of doctors are leaving the network, hospitals are leaving the network, your prescription costs are going to go up. You're going to have delays in your care because the middleman now is the one that's going to decide for you whether you can be approved of your services or not. And you don't want that. Trust me. So if you can, take a screenshot, make a donation. No amount is too small. Reoccurring donations like signing up for monthly donation where you could just give $10 a month, $25 a month or more, whatever you can afford, so that they have the bread there to help in fighting the case because this case is going to cost, and this is a discounted price between 28 grand plus because that's just the base of the case is 28,000. That's not the extra stuff that's going to have to go into it. And they're just retirees. They don't have extra money like that. So if you can, make the donation, scan the code, take a screenshot, or I didn't put it up there, did I? But I did. There you go. You can actually make your donations there at www.100r.org. You'll see the donations tab. Click on it and make a donation. PayPal, Zelle, whatever. Send in the check. You know. But yeah, you can do that, man. I'm asking for your help. I'm begging for your help. They need the money. We got to take this to court. I'm part of the committee, so we got to take this to court. We're fighting. Trust me, it's been a little quiet for you guys, but we've been behind the scenes and grinding. We're grinding. We're grinding. So please, if you can, even share it. If you know somebody in transit and they don't know what's going on, let them know. You can send them to the Facebook page at TWU100R. That's the Facebook page and the YouTube page, TWU100R. They have YouTube page also. So please, guys, I'm begging you, please, take me the money. Nah. But yeah, I mean, seriously, they need your help, man. And especially actives. Active. All right, stretch. We are going to take a short break so I can do a little promo for myself. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, guys, if you're watching this channel, you like what's going on, hey, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to at least 1,000 people, 1,000 subs. You know what I mean? Help me get to 1,000 subs. Share us out. Tell everybody, yo, subscribe to Next Buzz, please. That's the shit. But yo, help me out. And while you're at it, check this out. We'll be right back with the next topic right after this. What happened? What happened? Okay.
On this channel, we don't just watch, we react. We break it down. We vibe. We roast. We celebrate. To go deeper, we're chopping it up on the podcast. Real talk, real laughs, real opinions. Hit that subscribe button. Join the crew. Let's chop it up together.
Yeah, that's my personal channel, y'all. Hey, I have so much fun on that channel. Um, I break all the rules. It's not how you're supposed to have a YouTube channel, but it's my channel. Do what I want, and I'm going to do everything I want on there. I have I do trailer reviews, which are a lot of fun. I do music. I have music on there, and I have my live when I play games with my little bro and friends. We go live playing different games, and yeah, I mean, just it's fun. If you can hit a sub there, give me a sub here on Next Plus, please. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm on the road to 1,000. Help me get there. It shouldn't be a problem. I should be at 1,000 real fast, right? But I need your sub. I need your sub. Enough of that. Enough talk of that. Um, let us get to this next subject here. Where is that? And that is your boy's back in the your boy is back in the headlines. Your boy is back in the headlines. Transit union boss threatens to spend millions fighting ignorant. Ooh, harsh. Oof. Ignorant Hochul on MTA crew sizes. Your boy. Your boy. As much as I hear so many bad things about this man, this where we at? There we go. This right here. I know I know some people probably threw up in their mouth. I apologize for springing that on you. But this is what I want to see. Look at that. This is what I want to see. I already know something I'm going to say is all bullshit, smoke and mirrors. They ain't going to do shit. He's talking tough. I want him to talk tough. I want him to talk tough. This is the type of leadership. I saw it coming. I saw it coming. But I want him to talk tough. I do. This is what we want because we're gonna go over the article together. Let me see. Let me just let's read it together. Can y'all see that? Well, yeah, I can't see that yet. Let me bring that up here. Let me bring this up here. Okay. Let us go over this article together. Transit union boss threatens to spend millions fighting ignorant Hochul on MTA side. Y'all can see this, right? Y'all reading along with me? Yep. Okay. The head of the powerful transit workers union blasted New York Governor Kathy Hochul as ignorant as he threatens to spend millions exposing her as a spineless shill and bring her the ugliest contract fight since the strike in 2005 when more than 30,000 workers walked off the job. That, my friends, is tough talk. Is he saying that there's a possible strike in the future? I don't think he's saying that, but he's referencing that. I, okay, let me just go on and I'll give you my thoughts after we finish. TWU President John Samuelson railed against Hochul on Friday as they gear up to renegotiate their contract with the MTA, which is up in May, folks. That is right around the corner. As Governor Hochul oversees the transport agency. This contract fight coming up is going to be among the most ugliest contract fights we've had since the strike in 2005, said Samuelson, who represents the union's more than 150,000 workers nationwide, including at least 40,000 members of New York City Local 100 chapter. You see what I'm saying? Remember what I said earlier? 2,500 from the 40,000. That's not a lot of people that went to that meeting, yo. He's talking about a big fight and nobody's engaging. Let me finish. We will invest a huge amount of money exposing Kathy Hochul for what it is. That's your money, guys. He's talking about your money that you're paying him. He's going to use it for his fight. All right. We will invest a huge amount of money exposing Kathy Hochul for what she is, which is not a pro-trade union Democrat. She's a corporate Democrat at best, he raged. The transit union's latest spat with Hochul came to a head. Jesus Christ, reading is fundamental. In December, when the governor voted a bill that would have required one conductor on all subway trains, along with a train operator, which the organization has argued is unsafe. And I will agree with the organization on that. It is completely unsafe. It's so immeasurably less safe that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculously arrogant, Samuelson said. A Maron Institute survey of 400 Big Apple subway cars found that only 6% required two-person crews. I don't know what the fuck that survey entailed, but that's ridiculous. Like, I agree with Samuelson. Still, Samuelson, a Brooklyn native, shout out to Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn born and raised. A Brooklyn native who began his career as an MTA track worker noted that train conductors play an integral role in evacuating trains safely during emergencies such as the 2022 subway attack. Y'all remember that? The homie got on the train, just started blasting, smoked it up and all that. That was crazy. When the murderous terrorists got on the train at 4th Avenue and 36th Street over there by Gleason Depot and started shooting up the train, it was the conductor who evacuated the train, he said. Now, mind you, that guy got on one of our buses after he did that. I believe it might have been Paulus. I'm not quite sure which operator it was. But he got on one of our buses as a getaway after he did that. The TW's current contract with the MTA upholds the two-person crew rule. However, the transit boss says both the MTA, led by CEO Jano Lieber, and Hochul, will try to squash the rule when their contract is up for renegotiations in May of this year. There's no doubt that Jano Lieber and Hochul are going to come in with a very low ball wage, he said, blasting the MTA head as narcissistic. Jesus Christ. We will literally spend millions of your money to defend Local 100 and to defend the livelihoods of New York City transit workers. Sean Butler, spokesman for Governor Hochul, insisted he has the backs of transit workers since day one. Really now? That's very interesting. Hey, hold on. Give me a second. Hey. Where the fuck is he getting the millions from? From the dues of the hard-working members of transit? Exactly. That's exactly where he's getting it from. That's exactly where he's getting it from. It's just she delivers historic wins for worker safety. Really? What the fuck? Secured record investments in the MTA capital plan and ensured the MTA had the funding to avoid a fiscal cliff. All in support of the union members who keep New York City moving, he said in a statement. She respects the collective bargaining process, where the issues should be discussed and resolved, he added. The MTA's chief of policy, John J. McCarthy, Sayad, you know how to say it. The agency looks forward to working with the union. More than 80 unions represent MTA employees, and we always look forward to working with them on wages, productivity, and ways to increase service while making it even more reliable, McCarthy told the Post in a statement. Oh, excuse me, that's my goddamn stomach, y'all. I'm fucking hungry. All right, so that's the article, right? I don't know where, I don't even know where to begin on that, but I'm going to go back to the contract. Contract is up in May, right? We just had a mass membership where practically only 5% of people showed up. What fight is he trying to bring? What fight is he trying to bring? Yes, yes. Contract is up in May. Election time must be around the corner because they talking like they care. They talking tough. They talking like how I want them to talk, how I want them to act. When it comes to the members, this is how they should be talking all the time. Don't make no game. It's not a game. You're talking the lives of 40,000 people that you're holding in your hands. It's not a game. You should be talking tough all the time. But why do they always wait, right? Why do they always wait for contract time to do this? There you go. He fought for his fucking new snack box and Mets tickets. Let's not forget the Mets tickets. What up, Whitaker? What's good, man? Let's not forget the Mets tickets. How we doing, bro? So yeah, my man is talking tough. He's bringing up the 2005 contract strike. Let me ask you. I'm gonna pose this to you guys. Do you think we have enough support from the members? Excuse me. I got a belch. It's gonna come out at the wrong time. I know it. Do you think that we have enough support from the members in order to successfully pull off a strike? I think that's out of the question. But I'm looking from the outside in. So I'm curious to hear what do you Hey, Aaron and Jose, tell us how you really feel. It says, Ruth says, if you can if they have tough conversation. Yeah, if they have a tough conversation, they can strike. Okay, so you think we have enough membership support that if they call for a strike, it could happen. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I do. I again, I'm 100% pro union, man. I talk a lot of the stuff that's not going on right with the union because I want them to correct it. I want them to fix it. You know, they will pull. They will pull your show. I know. Yo, I know it's funny. I'm laughing, but they will try, right? The way this shit is going now with this administration and stuff, Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. If that happens, I'll go on Facebook. I'll make another goddamn channel. I'll do something to get back on. Right? Yo, it's I again. I'm pro union. I want the union to succeed because when they succeed, you guys benefit from it, and I want you guys to benefit. I've always been the type of person that I love to see my people succeed. I love to see it. I support them. I do what I can. Doesn't always come back to me, but that's okay. That's fine. I still do what I do. I'm not gonna let other people take me out in my character. You know. Yeah, I know they will cancel me, bro. I know. That's why right now I need all the subscriptions I can get. Subscribe here to Next Bus, please. Tell a friend, hey, go check this out. Hit the subscribe button. You don't have to watch me every day. I understand that sometimes my show or this show in particular may go somewhere that has no concern of yours and you tune out. That's fine. I get it. I do that myself. I watch other people's stuff and I be like, all right, I'm done. I hit the like, I might share or something, or throw a comment and just to keep their algorithm going. And that's why you keep hearing people say, I try not to say that too much because it's annoying. But yeah, when you guys comment like this, you help my algorithm. It tells YouTube, hey, people are engaging. Let me share this to this guy, this guy, this guy. When you hit the subscribe button, it lets people know, it lets YouTube know this is starting to take off. You keep an eye on them, keep them on their For You page. When you hit the like button or the dislike button, you can hit the thumbs down. Fuck you, but you can hit the thumbs down. That's what it is. It still tells the algorithm you guys are engaging. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, man. AV says, what you guys are the union without you guys. Yep, exactly. You guys are the union. They work for you. That's why you always hear me refer to them as elected officials. Because you elected them. They're elected officials. You put them in office. They work for you. Sometimes you have to remind them of that. Don't be afraid to. Sometimes you have to remind them that they work for you. I will never call them leaders until I see that they have earned that title. They'll always be elected officials. Jose says, too bad we can share it to TWU100 website. I mean, sometimes you know what, Jose. This is why I go live on YouTube and my page. We used to share it out everywhere. So I'm in a lot of groups, and I used to share it out everywhere. But the problem is, some groups don't allow it, right? They don't allow outside people, people who are in their group to share stuff like this. They have strict rules, and I'm not gonna go through each list, each person on that list to see who shares, who don't share, and sometimes it just comes back that they don't accept it, and I don't want to have to keep editing my list. So this is here. I'll put it here. I put it in my page. I might share the link to like Next Bus Please or someplace else. But for the most part, everybody knows I'm here. They knows every Monday I'm 7 o'clock here. Tune in. It'll pick up. It may not be like 50,000 people watching, but it'll pick up, right? And we hit the hour mark. Hey, man, I wasn't sure I was gonna make it this long. I appreciate you guys, man. Everyone who tuned in, I appreciate you guys. The comments, I love it when you guys comment. It keeps me going, keeps the show moving in the right direction. And that's gonna be it for tonight. So without further ado, I appreciate you watching. That's the end of the show. Fuck them. If they can't take a joke, fuck them if they can't take a joke. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
you're still here. It's over. Go home. Go.